Good day, and welcome to Zoyol's News. I'm Michael Reed. Our top story this hour. Thick wildfire smoke is disrupting daily life across parts of the United States, affecting air quality, public events, and activities during the final weekend of the FIFA World Cup. This is Zoyol's News. Once again, I'm Michael Reed. The news begins now. Events ranging from in Flint, Michigan, to in Herndon, Virginia, and the marathon in Pittsburgh were canceled Friday as smoke lingered. Businesses have also suffered during a busy season. Amusement parks like Kennywood and Sandcastle Water Park in Pennsylvania were shuttered due to the poor air quality. Baby Parade rock concert America's Mile, highly anticipated sporting events like the Cleveland Guardians game against the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Rowfest National Championships in Michigan were called off or postponed. But one question looms as thick as the smoke itself. Will the air pollution be a problem for the World Cup final on Sunday afternoon in New York City? The good news: the heaviest smoke could clear out of the region ahead of the final. The bad news: some less dense, thinner smoke plumes could move into the area. D.C. resident Abigail Nguyen planned to watch the World Cup on the National Mall with thousands of other soccer fans. Now she says she'll just watch it with her roommates at home. "I can't really get the full effect and energy of the crowd, which is so sad, because we should be celebrating this summer event instead of being holed up inside," she said. Residents from Minnesota to Washington, D.C., the noxious air has disrupted their lives, seeping into everything from their health and leisure to their businesses and family life. Officials in a handful of states most impacted advised residents to stay indoors and to wear masks if they need to leave their homes. For some, the shutdowns and masking guidance brought flashbacks of the COVID-19 pandemic about 6 years ago. Others, like Cotton, were reminded of past natural disasters, leaving them wary of stepping outside. Communities across parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast will face poor air quality until Saturday afternoon, when a storm system arrives to help clear the air. Milwaukee, Chicago, and Detroit had some of the worst air quality in the country Friday morning, but dangerous levels of pollution stretched into southern Ohio and West Virginia. Chicago is currently experiencing its worst air quality in recorded history, the mayor's office said in a Thursday evening. "Please stay indoors, and if you must go outdoors, use a well-fitted N95 or KN95 mask for your safety." Social media posts is offering free masks to residents and encouraging everyone to stay inside. In Philadelphia, everyone is likely to experience health effects from being exposed to smoke in the air, officials warned in a Friday Detroit Health Department news release. In the nation's capital, D.C. Health is distributing masks to government personnel working outside. Government outdoor activities have been canceled and outdoor pools and spray parks have closed, it added. On Friday, it took Cotton twice as long to drive as traffic swelled in D.C., with most choosing to drive rather than walk through smoke-filled streets. She then arrived at her daughter's summer camp to find outdoor activities had been canceled. The kids showed up in their swimsuits but could not go outside to play because of how bad the air quality and smoke was, she said. All the kids had meltdowns. Nguyen was excited to enjoy a warm summer outdoors before the smoke left her hesitant to step outside for her routine runs to the National Mall and daily walks with her dog. "I can't see 3 blocks down. Everything is so hazy outside. My eyes were actually stinging a bit," she said. "You can tell the air is harder to breathe from the smoke. I've never experienced this type of air before." A California transplant who lives in Pennsylvania, Cody Jen, said she has experienced way more wildfires than I want to. "I have my air filter on, and I'm still wearing an N95 mask in my office," said Jen, a chemical engineering professor at Carnegie Mellon University. "It comes in through the seams of the window, through the doors. It's all-encompassing, and it makes my lungs hurt. It gives me headaches." While some businesses relying on summer traffic have been forced to temporarily close their doors, others refuse to let the smoke alter their plans. The Northern Lakes Arts Association in Ely, Minnesota, is opening its production of Jesus Christ Superstar Friday night as wildfires rage across the state. "Let's create a space where community can gather and have an experience together," Ian Francis Law, the executive artistic director, and hopefully offer them a reprieve from the smoke and the fire, and then the constant dread of who knows what tomorrow is going to bring. Vulnerable communities, including those with health conditions and people who are unhoused or work outdoors, have endured disproportionate effects from the unsafe air quality. In Pittsburgh, community workers are checking on unhoused individuals more often and adding masks to hygiene kits they distribute, said Gerald Gilliam, executive director of Pittsburgh nonprofit Light of Life Rescue Mission. Homelessness becomes even more dangerous in weather like this because of dehydration. People are sweating and they're not able to replenish the water, and so they're at risk, Gilliam said. And in Ohio, Dr. Megan Conroy said she anticipates helping patients with asthma through the weekend and into next week. My patients will tell me. They are noticing those symptoms, having to take their rescue medications and be very cognizant of their activities, the pulmonologist said. A quick-hitting rainstorm will bring winds from the south, pushing the smoke to the north and ushering in fresher air by Saturday evening. Behind the system, winds from the north could bring more smoke into the region Sunday afternoon, though it won't be nearly as thick and overwhelming as the plumes the area has seen over the last few days. What's the weather looking like for the World Cup this weekend? The storms in New York City Saturday afternoon and evening could produce some heavy downpours and a risk for brief flash flooding in urban areas but should clear the area by Sunday morning. It should set the stage for pleasant conditions on Sunday afternoon for the match between Argentina and Spain, with temperatures in the low 80s. Skies should be clear, though potentially still hazy from lingering smoke not as close to the ground. The air quality should improve compared to the past couple of days. That wraps up our report on the impact of wildfire smoke across the United States during the final weekend of the FIFA World Cup. Authorities continue to monitor air quality as residents and visitors are urged to follow health advisories and stay informed. You're watching Zoyol's News. I'm Michael Reed. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day.